The air in Central Park at evening had that sharp autumn sting I adored, cool enough to make running exhilarating rather than draining. My new Nikes thudded on the asphalt path by the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, the noise a bit ringing in the stillness. It was that perfect hour when the park ought to have been brimming with action dog walkers, coming home bikers, speeding in, between strollers, hanging out tourists, taking snapshots of the skyline. But this evening something hung in the air. The typical mobs had dispersed too soon. No giggle from the playground down the way. No music from the faraway picnickers. Just an ill-making stillness, like the park itself was catching its breath. I'd nearly gone back by then, but I'd assured I wouldn't miss runs for some strange sensation, so I kept going, readjusting my AirPods to keep the pain out. The lap around the reservoir was unremarkable enough, though I continued to see motion in the trees, just a series of flickers, maybe squirrels, maybe birds. Except the birds were quiet. Then I caught sight of him. A man was sitting on one of the benches by the water. Not swiping on his phone, not reading, not even pretending to enjoy the scenery. Just sitting absolutely motionless, arms wide on his knees, straight out in front of him. Dressed in a black hoodie for the pleasant day, the fabric covering his face in darkness. I slowed involuntarily. Something in the way he was so still made me nervous. Not relaxed, more like a statue, or an ambusher waiting in ambush. My skin crawled as I passed him close enough to catch something metallic, old pennies. When I completed my 7-minute loop, he hadn't budged. Same position, same empty stare. That's when I removed my earbuds. Silence. Not the usual park silence. No far-off sirens, no crunching leaves. Just heavy, unnatural stillness pricking in my ears. Then crunch. A single too close, behind me step on gravel. I turned around. Nothing. Only the deserted path, curving into the darkness. Hey. My voice was too boisterous. No response. I pushed in, ran, then bolted. That's when the whistling began. 2 high-low notes, a kind of distorted bird call. Too rhythmic to be accidental. Every 7 seconds on the dot. High-low. High-low. My lungs were in jagged gasps as I approached the turn near the north woods. And there he was, standing smack in the middle of the trail. Not running. Not even panting. Just waiting. I howled and went off the track, leaves clawing at sleeves as I threshed through vegetation. The whistling condensed into a cackle scream, chasing after me until I staggered in Central Park West, almost walking into a cab. The police caught up with them later. A stack of packets of cigarettes and cans of Monster Energy stashed in the bushes where he would have been lurking. A mini GoPro with full view of the jogging track. And a notebook, pages containing dates, times, and women's names. My name had been scribbled down 3 times prior to that evening. With these extra details: wears black leggings, stops to stretch by the oak tree, always checks her Fitbit at halfway. But the final page features a single line in smudged ink, as if the person who wrote it down had quickly jotted it down. She's fastest when she's scared. They never apprehended him. The park installed additional security cameras, additional patrols. But 6 months down the line, under landscaping operations crews found 7 unmarked SD cards near the reservoir. The NYPD won't disclose what's on them. I relocated to LA, changed my number. But every now and then, as I'm running along the beach at sundown, and the wind blows just so I smell that metallic fragrance once more. And I know with cold sure knowledge that notebooks hold many blank pages in store, and men like him always require new names to fill them.